to a brand new series of gladiators. We are back.
Contender ready! Let's go! Gladiator ready!
You can run, you can't hide.
Is there anything I can't do?
Give me all this. Got another thing coming.
Please do not try this at home.
Gladiators, the second brand new series, starts Saturday the 18th of January exclusively on Jackpot Button Lewis Productions. And if you thought the return of the second brand new series of the BBC revival game show Gladiators was exciting enough, coming up next here on Jackpot Button Lewis Productions, we are exclusively live from the Emirates Stadium as we have the nail-biting clash of Arsenal against Man United in the Emirates FA Cup third round, live. We're one of a kind, Captain Gold. This is going to be an amazing mashup. I'm sure it will work for my show here. No, I think this is going to be very interesting how we're going to do it here. Oh, my apologies. I didn't realise you were watching. What's up, guys? And also, I you new to all you Scottish people out there as well. My name is Jack Wright from SIX The Musical, the Royal West End Queendom Consort Singalong 2025. And join me in an hour here exclusively live on YouTube for the first Royal Singalong performance of the very royal musical itself of SIX The Musical, live from the Vaudeville Theatre. From, once again, as we start coverage from 6 o'clock, we have got our last sing-along performance with the current West End cast, plus also, because of what happened over last year, we'll also have got some highlights from the previous sing-along, as this is the first time we are combining two sing-along performances in together, following an unexpected problem with the previous episode. But you can find out about that, and also we've got a bumper, of course, edition of the Queendom News, where a lot of amazing things have happened throughout the worldwide Queendom, and even tons more. Plus, we'll also be hopefully meeting up with some fellow fans of the musical itself, and maybe also a little highlights reel of also what happened in one incredible year, made that from last year of 2024, a review back of the incredible success that this musical has had since last year. All that and more, join me once again, Jack Wright, for SIX The Musical, the Royal West End Queendom Consort Singalong 2025, exclusively live here on Jackpot Button Lewis Productions and YouTube from 6 PM. You certainly don't want to miss it. See you then. Yeah, are we ready? Is the band sounding okay? You right there, Dougie? Yeah, awesome. Can I just say thank you very much for letting me sing along with your rendition of this song. I'm paying it in tribute to you as well as myself, so an English and Scottish version of when we sing All Lang Syne at the beginning, so... And I'm sure all the audience will have a good time singing along to it as well. Absolutely. Yeah, we're almost ready to go. I'll do my introduction then. Hello, good evening everybody, welcome! Okay, new to all you Scottish people in tonight. I know, do you like my Tammy Shanty? I had to stick with the Scottish tradition. Well, thank you very much and welcome everybody to the first ever Royal Sing-Along performance of a new year of 2025 of SIX The Musical. And also, I hope you had a wonderful few weeks before, and possibly we're also doing a few belated New Year celebrations in this programme tonight. But I hope you have a wonderful time. I understand the weather is quite shrivelly cold outside, so I know that some of you who might be going to the Vaudeville later on this evening, make sure you wrap up warm, as well as even though if you are dressing up as any of the queens from the show. But have a wonderful time. You know, of course, how it works here with these Royal Sing-Along performances. But I would also love it if you'd sing along with me, and of course my fellow Scotsman with me, that being Dougie MacLean with his rendition of Auld Lang Syne, to ring in the of course, and we'll do a little mashup of the title song from SIX going into that as well afterwards. So, but I hope that you have a wonderful time, and once again, thank you so much for coming. I know that, of course, hopefully that you may be still bitterly cold inside, but hopefully as you start singing, it will give you a warm feeling and a warm glow in your heart, and hopefully it will be the most uplifting thing to kick off a brand new year. But thanks very much, everybody, and I hope you enjoyed the programme. Thank you. Yep, let's get ready. So you ready to go, Dougie? Yeah? Okay, have a good show, everyone. Let's kick off the new year of 2025 in fine style, and that being also as well another right royal celebration for all of, once again, the 6 wives of Henry VIII. Let's do it, everybody. Well, what an unbelievable year the show has had. Its official 6th anniversary in London and the UK tour, and have been travelling all across the world, Singapore, the Philippines, and now news about Japan and Spain. It's been an incredible year for this show, and also it's gone on from strength to strength. I mean, if only Toby and Lucy were here to see their show now being where it is. No one could have ever thought what they would have achieved. And I mean, it's quite remarkable where this show has started from and gone on to be what it is now. Absolutely unbelievable. As we draw into a new year, It can only get even better for this show. And with more Royal Sing-Along performances to look forward to, bringing people together, it's going to be another royal year for this musical. And with that, it all starts here. My good greetings and a kind new to all of you maybe Scottish viewers here. My name is Jack Wright and welcome to the first of a few, unbelievably, that of SIX The Musical and another of the Royal Sing-Along performances in London's West End. This year, more than ever, it's the start of a brand new year of 2025, and this year promises to be one of the biggest and bestest, and make that even most royal celebration and biggest celebrations of this musical as of the new year. Well, we can only start somewhere, and with a new year to look upon us, let's kick it off in fine style for a right good old royal sing-along with the 6 Wives of Henry VIII. Welcome to SIX The Musical, the Royal West End Queendom Consort Sing-Along 2025. Roll the titles. Oh God, what's in this drink? That's not alcohol, is it?
Give me a beat.
Get down, 'cause I'm the queen of the castle. But now we're one of a kind, no category. Too many years lost in the story. We're free to take our crown and glory, 'cause we're so much more than divorce. Beheaded, died, divorced, beheaded, survived,
It's Sunday night, the 12th of January 2025, and we're exclusively live on YouTube and from the studios of Jackpot Bottom Lewis Productions and from the Vaudeville Theatre in London's West End. And welcome to SIX The Musical, the Royal West End Queendom Consort Sing-Along 2025. And now, please welcome your host for tonight's show, kicking off tonight's show with his rendition, along with Dougie McLean, the famous New Year's traditional song, Auld Lang Syne, Mr. Jack Wright. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind. Should old acquaintance be forgot, and days of old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup o' kindness yet, for days of old lang syne. We twain run about the braes and put the gowans fine, but we've wandered many a weary foot since days of old lang syne, and we twain paddled in the burn frae morning sun till dine, but seas between us braid hae roared since days of old lang syne. For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup o' kindness yet, for days of old lang syne. That tune sounds familiar. Could I quickly try something? Let's see if we can try and mash in one of the songs from the show. I think this could really work. Like from the beginning of SIX, I think I might have to start it off by together. Are you fine with that, Dougie? Alright, let's give it a go. I know you all were singing along. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten about you just yet. Are you ready? Okay. So, is that the first note? There we go. 'Cause after all, they're one of a kind, no category. Too many years lost in history. They're free to take their crowning glory for 5 more minutes. They're 6. But we wanna say before we drop the curtain, nothing is for sure, nothing is for certain. All that they know is they used to be 6. Wise. Go on, everyone! Go on, you see it! One more time! Give it, let me hear you give it all you got to kick off the new year 2025! Two more minutes. We're 6. Whoa, whoa. we're six. Whoa, we're six. Whoa, for... We're six. Yes! Come on! Yes! Thank you! Thank you so much! That was brilliant! You were amazing! Thank you! Thank you so much! Please! Please! Thank you very much! Wow! What a warm welcome to kick off the new year! And a belated Happy New Year, everybody! Thank you! Okay, please settle down. We have got a very, very big show lined up for you, and I don't want you to lose all your voices. Thank you very much, everybody, for that very warm and lively welcome. It feels like I'm going into already a pop concert, and we're not even got the show underway just as of yet already. But thank you very much, everybody. And with that, hello, everybody. What's up, guys? And a happy new year for 2025, everybody. Thank you very much, as always. Once again, as I've said already, what's up, everybody? And my good friends of the London Queendom, you are more than welcome to join me, and welcome to SIX The Musical, the Royal West End Queendom Consort Singalong 2025! Yes, everybody, once again we are back with this very royal musical itself, as of course all to do with the 6 wives of Henry VIII. And of course, as you can see, I have gone a little bit more different from the little introduction that I decided to do this year, because I have covered one show involving the Christmas holiday of as I said, the holiday of Christmas. But I thought also, I just had this completely at the last minute, and I thought, why not to bring in the new year of 2025, do a New Year's themed introduction, and also I'd like to please give it up for a big cheer for the amazing, incredible Scotsman himself, Dougie McLean there. Thank you very much, Dougie, for the incredible duet that I had the chance to sing along with him from earlier on at the top of this show with his version of the traditional New Year's song of Auld Lang Syne. And that's the whole point when I've got my own Tammy Shanty here, and say that I'm probably there. Of course, I'm not just thinking about the drink, but of course this very traditional Scottish hat worn by loads of people in that particular part of the world. As I know, that's where the tradition of even the song of Auld Lang Syne also originates from. But as I said before, I hope that you are keeping yourselves warm, because as I can tell you right now, it is shrivelingly cold outside. But I have got this beautiful personalised SIX winter-based as well as Christmas-themed sweatshirt on, and also a pair of purple trousers as well, as you can see as well, which I did actually wear last time at the last Royal Sing-Along performance of, once again, SIX The Musical, that being titled the Queendom Sing-Along. And while we're on the topic of that, while I actually have got it fresh in my mind, I would just like to apologise that unfortunately, due to a load of personal things happening in my life at the moment, I didn't have time to finish off the episode at the end of last year, and I can only thoroughly apologise about that. Because I was very busy doing shows, and also with Christmas, and also meeting people throughout the festive period, and even including New Year's, which just happened a few weeks ago as well. and then yeah, sadly I missed out on that. But if you had not seen, I have also managed to upload the stage door video from that particular performance, as well as the Mega Six at the end. And with that also being said, of course, we can also can actually say that later on in the programme you will get a chance to see that as part of the review of last year, because unbelievably, as we now head into the new year of 2025, this year is the most biggest and most, I think, incredible year that this musical could have, and with the amazing, of course, announcements of future productions, including ones that are just started unbelievably in Japan, and also one later on this year heading back to Europe, of course, also in Spain, in the capital of Madrid. There is loads of things going on at the moment, and also at the moment it's currently on the break, the UK tour, because of the performances in Tokyo, Japan. But I do know that the UK tour, as well cast, as well as them being also an international tour, they've also recently been performing in the likes of Singapore and the Philippines from the end of last year, and it's been very popular indeed. And with also that being said, also I think I could say, as I've just said already, this year, or make that now from last year, of course, of 2024, has been another truly remarkable year for the worldwide queendom of SIX The Musical. And to have a little trip down memory lane and a little, of course, throwback to last year, here's a little look back, and also an amazing poem, once again, of course, also written and delivered by the current West End cast at the Vaudeville Theatre production of here, of course, in London's West End. Before we get on with tonight's sing-along performance that you are seeing in this episode tonight, and let's have a look back on a review of a truly right royal and quite celebratory year of 2024, as we look back on the year review of 2024 in, once again, the world that is being of SIX The Musical.
Another year over with fond memories made of 2024. There's so much to be said. So let's take a look back down memory lane and relive those magical moments again.
We kicked off the year with gala night celebrations, and at Buckingham Palace we saw Holbein's creations. We met 12 Japanese queens who were all so nice, and we extended in the West End, not once, but twice.
Some MUAs paid a visit to glow up our queens, and we announced our tour stop in the Philippines. A year on the road went by in a trice, and we joined the National Portrait Gallery in showcasing 6 lives.
To speak of announcements, we've made quite a few. Singapore, Australia, and now New Zealand too. 3 Queendom stars shone on karaoke night, and our mighty performance set hoopla alight.
For one night, our voyage had 6 dancing queens. West End live crowd, we can still hear your screams. We welcomed some old friends back for a spell, and we cooked for good with some new ones as well.
Our album recordings hit 1 billion streams. We got down at the gallery at the late of our dreams. The Lowry played host to our tour coronation and a summer exhibition with royal inspiration.
Some charming new products hit our merch stalls. We worked musical magic at the Royal Albert Hall. Our worldwide queendom welcomed us with cheers. We can't wait for Shanghai and Barcelona next year.
At an afternoon tea, surrounded by our friends, we celebrated 6 years of SIX in London's West End. To our amazing queendom, we wish you joy for 2025 from your favourite queens, divorced, beheaded, live.
Oh, isn't that incredible, everybody? What an unbelievable year that the musical itself of SIX has had, and it's quite incredible. I mean, you know, not to mention obviously from last year, marking also officially the literal 6th anniversary of the West End production, and made that also the UK tour production, because that also did actually happen, as well as even the very first production also that happened, which was off West End at the time, but it was also done at the Arts Theatre. If some of you might remember from one of my previous Royal Singalong episodes here of SIX The Musical, we did look back on that, all thanks to the amazing footage of fellow SIX superfan of Perry O'Brien, and he's also managed to even meet up with the current West End cast, because also earlier on from last year, also they celebrated 6 years being in the West End. And it was quite an amazing achievement. I think you might have actually seen it briefly in there in the year review, but I know that I think that was quite a monumental, of course, event for the people who were involved, because even though they sadly weren't in attendance, the writers themselves of Toby Marlowe and Lucy Moss weren't sadly in attendance there, but they did send an amazing message, which was going to be also delivered by, I think, one of the production team that's actually going to be there. And with that being said, as we go now to another, of course, VT for, so you can actually have a look at what happened, let's go back once again quickly to the time when the current West End cast of SIX The Musical celebrated the official 6th anniversary of SIX The Musical, being for its 6 years in the West End of London.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to a new video. Today is a very exciting day, as I'm off to celebrate SIX The Musical's 6th year in London's West End, which is an incredible feat. And actually the event is taking place on Buckingham Palace Road, because hello, they're Queens of the Palace and Queens of the Throne. I'm very excited, so come with me. Here we are, here we are, here we are, here we are. So today I'm actually having afternoon tea with the Queens, which I can't wait for, a royal afternoon tea. Look at these, they're so cute. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. So all types, different types of tea here. What's going on? Love it. What makes you feel royal?
My dogs. Because let me tell you, that welcome when you get home, there is nothing more royal than that. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm a somebody. They love me so much.
And what breed are your dogs?
Spaniels. Springer Spaniel. Well, technically Sprockers. Springer and Cocker. But
oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
They're amazing.
I guess feeling glam, but also being able to inspire the younger generation.
So I struggle quite a bit with skincare and acne and things, so if I really take the time to look after myself and do a lovely face mask, or have a bath or some gua sha, that makes me feel great.
Giving back to myself. Self-care. Self-care makes me feel royal. Definitely.
Absolutely. We've got to get that spa treatment in, haven't we?
Oh yes, hair did, spa treatment, all the nines.
So what makes you feel royal?
What makes me feel royal is my extensive skincare routine. It's a whole 5-step. I have my skin booster, I've got my toner, maybe a sheet mask, Korean, it all has to be Korean.
That.
Serum, and then a luscious moisturizer.
Ooh.
That's all my nails done. So
I love that, slay.
Having a very good start to my day, having slept well, woken up, prayers and meditations, Catherine.
Yes.
Making sure to go to the gym so that I get my body moving, get the blood flowing.
Guys, super superficial. Clothes.
I love clothes too.
Clothes, this is rented today, everybody. You don't have to spend the money, buy with sustainable.
Love that.
Rented.
Fantastic. Love it.
I think nourishing myself, mind, body, soul. So like cooking myself good, healthy food, reading books, spending time with my loved ones, doing all of those things that just makes me feel like I've got a very well-rounded royal life.
So what makes you feel royal?
Right, I'm very easily amused, easily pleased, and I'm a public transport queen, but when I get an Uber, I feel royal.
Oh,
I get in an Uber,
yeah.
I'm like, oh wow, it's giving regal.
Especially if they give you XXL, whatever it is, lush,
And the aircon's on, oh my goodness, it's just nice. That makes me feel royal.
Love that. Well, thank you so much.
hanging out with my friends, especially the girls in this cast. Yeah.
Get my nails did.
Yeah.
photographer. Thank you so much for coming today. It's been a really lovely day. Thank you so much to all our wonderful West End company queens. Our producer Andy Barnes is going to say a few words about our 6th anniversary celebrations, and then we'll do some pictures.
Firstly, I'm Andy, and I'm one of the producers with Kenny, my wife Wendy, and George Stiles. Great. The producers. I think what 6 says to me most importantly is that we all have a voice. I think I'm proud of the fact that we have a show that celebrates women and their voices and their lives. It has an incredible team. It has individual queens with incredible stories that have been missing from the history books that are now present in the history books as a result of 2 brilliant minds, Toby and Lucy, who created something that still stuns me every time I go and watch it. It means 1 billion streams, which I think is... It means 500,000 TikTok followers, which I think, thanks to Josh and the team on social media, that's an amazing achievement. 35 major international awards, global audiences of over 3.5 million people across the world, which if you just put that into context, that is beyond mind-blowing, that 2 student kids at the time created something that many people want to see. It means the future, it lends hope. It tells people that actually you have a dream that can come true, and that there's hope for new British writing, new musicals in the West End if you give them a chance. But what I love about this, and Caitlin represents this, you're a queen for life. I just want to thank the team at the Rubens. This is phenomenal, and some of those pictures I've just seen, Craig, they're unbelievable. Perfect setting for a perfect moment in our show's evolution and the history of what we've got, both as the women they're depicting, the women who are doing the depicting, and the team around us that are doing it. It's the perfect setting. So thank you for being host to everybody who's been involved in that. And I think that just leaves us to either raise a non-alcoholic beverage or cut a bit of cake or 6 years of SIX.
Hey.
Thank you. Thank you.
So same setup, but with a little sucker on display.
So I just finished having afternoon tea with the 6 queens of the West End, which was amazing, at the Rubens at the Palace, which have a brand new 6 The Musical afternoon tea. Check it out. But I love chatting to the girls. 6 years of this incredible musical in London's West End. Absolutely incredible. I hope you enjoyed watching this. But thanks for sticking around. It's probably 6 Sunday when I upload this. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoy it, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye!
Bye! That signature, of course, a farewell greeting there from Perry O'Brien. Well, ain't that amazing, everybody? I think that was really, really cool what they just did there with the themed tea, of course, celebration there. And I do happen to have known that actually I do remember going round near that place actually from, if for some of you that might remember that when I covered last year, Cake the Marie Antoinette playlist production, that happened at the other palace this time at the end of last year. Well, not at this time, but of course from previously last year, but I do remember that particular restaurant, which is quite the high class one and quite very sophisticated. It seems, I mean, just from looking at it, I mean, it literally feels like that it could be even a restaurant that even the current king himself, His Majesty King Charles, could have even been in attendance there, because it definitely had some very beautiful and quite signature royal decor to the overall, of course, restaurant. And it's also a hotel as well, by the way, if I had not said also. So, but amazing to look back on that. And I mean, honestly, I am obsessed with Tal Therese Nagayan's not trousers, sorry. I was going to say shoes there, all branded with Anne Boleyn. That is absolutely incredible. And I do know that for some of you who did not know already, I know that She is very passionate to do anything with makeup, and I know that she's been doing some really cool themed makeup throughout her time being in the show, and it's crazy to think that she's been there for nearly over a year. Well, actually she has been, as well as the rest of the cast, and yes? No way! Oh my goodness me, that's crazy! Well, I've also just been told by our production team that as of tonight, this is going to be the last Royal Singalong performance of this particular cast. Oh, that is such a shame, isn't it, everybody? Well, it's crazy to think that we have already managed to see this current cast 3 times. And just to quickly remind you on who they, of course, the cast members were, if you did actually see them in the video earlier on. Once again, Nikki Bentley is playing the role of Catherine of Aragon, and as I said, Tal Doris Nagayan is playing Anne Boleyn. Currently, because of an unfortunate injury that to Kaylee McKnight, who previously played the role of Jane Seymour, she pulled out to an unfortunate ankle injury that she actually picked up before she actually got the contract. So in her place, along with some of the alternates such as Gabriella Stalianu, and also I think to my knowledge, I think also Hannah Lofer's also played. Is that right? No, my apologies, sorry, no, that was Meg Dixon Brazil, who's the current one of the Super Swings, and since Natalie Pilkington also left right at the beginning of this time last year, she was getting close to the end of her contract this time last year, to be more exact. I know that Ellie Jane Grant is also playing, is down as another Super Swing, but also I have heard that, and really, is she also there as well? Oh my goodness me, so maybe we might actually get a chance to see her. Who knows? Honestly, I didn't know if I think that she's going to be there for a few more weeks, isn't she? That's incredible. Well, I've also been told by our production team that even former Queen Esme Refero, also one of the other Super Swings who previously joined the last cast, who you might remember alongside with Rachel Rawlinson, is also currently on as an emergency cover in a Universal Swing. So literally, it's been absolute complete madness so far in the West End production, as well as that being the UK tour also, because also just recently the alternates, make that the Super Swings, and including Gabriella Stalianu, she even had to go on as an emergency cover also, even though that she doesn't normally play the roles of but she normally is too, because she normally would play the roles of Catherine of Aragon and Jane Seymour, and I've been fortunate enough to have seen her play both roles in that particular, of course, show. But yeah, former UK tour queen of Caitlin Tipping is currently playing her at the moment, that role, and we still have the likes of Risa Oakley playing Anne of Cleves, and also Inez Budd playing Catherine Howard, and also Yannick Charles also rounding off the main cast there playing Catherine Parr, and also once again we've got the alternates, as I said, of Gabriella Stalianu there and Naomi Alade, who I did see on a few occasions last year. The amazing, ever so popular Hannah Lofer playing also alternate Catherine Howard and Catherine Parr, and Naomi Alade playing also alternate Anne Boleyn and also Anne of Cleves. But we also do have Ellie Jane Grant, who covers all of the queens, including Meg Dixon Brazil, and even Esme Refero is also currently on there at the moment as another Universal Super Swing also too as well. Woo! Well, there you go, everybody. So quite a huge cast there. But if you thought that was big enough, because there was, I think, about 11 members of that particular cast, well, I've heard also, as we go quickly going back to the UK tour and international cast, since they are currently performing in Japan, in the city of Tokyo, the capital city itself of Tokyo, unbelievably, because of them currently performing there just for a few weeks, they are there to not just promote the show, but also I have heard also that they are working currently at the moment on another language version, another language version of the show. Just like I think you have to go back to, I think it was Seoul in, I think South Korea actually, a few years ago, which was actually the first, of course, other language production to be done in a different language, being Korean. And with this one, this was all done completely in Japanese. And with that being said, we can also give you a little snippet of a bit of Ex-Wives, the title song from the show, along with SIX. And also when the UK, an international tour cast, actually just opened the production earlier on this week. And also they introduced all of the amazing new Japanese queens and alternates also on stage right at the end of the Mega Six. Have a look at this, everybody. You certainly would not believe your eyes.
Divorced, beheaded, died, divorced, beheaded, and tonight, Japan, we are live. 私たちの物語、聞いたことあるかしら。顔と名前はわかるんじゃないの。恥と栄光の物語。もうさりよ、こんな扱われ方なんて。直すわよこのマイクで。過去の歴史をこれから離婚、打ち首、死亡。離婚、打ち首、死別。でも今だけ見せてあげる。ライブ蘇る歴史リミックス。改めて見直すとき、6人がここに揃えればあげるわよ限界まで。覚悟決めて明かす真実。6人の妻がいたの。忘れないで。アラゴンのキャサリンよ、20と4年も一緒だった。気高く信心深い私と別れられると思わないで。次はブーリン、私はキリスト教より魅力的で彼夢中だった。グリーンのスリーブくれたしね。人生も足に愛されたわ。息子を産んですぐ亡くなってしまったけど、私はそれだけじゃないわ。私クレーブスの穴、肖像が見た彼は、でも私見てがっかりしてた。それよりどうよ、ヘンリーのちっちゃいあそこ遊んでて首切られたキャサリンよ。旦那以外と火遊び。あなたたちの男、私ハワードが食べちゃうわ。最後6人目は彼の最後を見とったわ。未亡人のキャサリンパ、私のこと知りたいでしょ。ほら何もかも知りたいでしょ。さあ6人がここに揃え聞いてたった一つ、他にはないニールスに立ち上がるとき参加してと呼んでる声。あと5分だけ。たった一つ、他にはないニール
is unbelievable. How many performers are there? They're not just including the UK and international tour cast. No way. Am I hearing that right? 23 performers were on that stage just now. That, wow, I have no words. That is absolutely insane. And that's also including, like I said, the UK and international touring cast, and also the new Japanese queens that will be taking over from them after when they leave in just a few weeks' time. Well, that is absolutely insane. And I do know that they've only been there for a week, but it's been very popular, like it was also in the Philippines at the end of last year. Also, the turnout of fans that were there, which I think you might have briefly saw in the year review video from earlier on in the programme. I mean, it's incredible. That is just quite amazing to know that SIX The Musical has been very, very popular down in the Asia part of the world, in that particular continent. That is just insane. They are literally, I feel like it's become a phenomenon. I think that's no other words to say there over there at the moment. And especially with what happened last year, this time last year, I know also there's been a load of branching out productions going all across Europe. There's been also some non-replica productions, such as ones over in Poland, and also ones in Germany, Italy and Switzerland. And I think also, yes, that's right, yeah, I was going to say, also I have also been confirmed by our production team also that there is talks already of it happening from later on this year, and there is a production also happening also in the capital city of Madrid in Spain. Just as a reminder, if you didn't hear that from earlier on in the programme. Well, with that being said, yes, well, in all of that, since there was so much to catch up on, we are now have to go to a break, everybody, but we have still got loads to look forward to. As I've said before, we are kicking off the new year of 2024 with a bang. Make that 2025, actually, my apologies, of course. It just feels so surreal for it to being in the new year. And but of course, as I've said before, and even though it is still shrimmingly cold out there at the moment, but when we of course come back from the break, we'll be back once again at the very familiar second Royal Palace home of SIX, that being the Vaudeville Theatre. And hopefully, fingers crossed, because also while before we go to the break, I have heard from the weather reports that we are expected to have hopefully clear weather. It's going to be cold, but and icy expected, because it is below freezing at the moment. But I do know that no storms are expected, because we do remember that at the Renaissance Singalong this time last year, which made it a little bit harder for some of our production crew filming from outside of the theatre, even though we did get a stage door video shortly after that. But hopefully we'll get a chance to meet up with some fellow fans of the show, and also my very familiar, of course, and my fellow Queen Consort herself, of Ella Gretorix will also be joining me for another sing-along, and hopefully I'll get her on camera this time, because I have been promising that for the last few sing-alongs, but sadly, due to other things going on, the amount of pressure that the production team are being put on to try and get any footage, even when it comes to weather like this, is it doesn't happen often, but hopefully I'm going to make up for what happened in the last sing-along. But anyway, you'll get a chance to see the Mega 6 of that particular performance after the break, and also we'll have footage of also tonight's first sing-along of the new year of 2025. All that and more when we come back. Join us after the break here on SIX The Musical, the Royal West End Queendom Consort Sing-Along 2025. See you in a few minutes. Don't you go anywhere. Well, everybody, a very good evening and welcome back to the SIX The Musical, the Royal West End Consort Singalong 2025 here, and we're just in a quiet but also quite a shrivelingly cold part of London's West End. We're just off near the Strand, and as I said already, welcome back to tonight's Singalong, Royal Singalong performance, the first of 4 for this new year of 2025. Well, as you did actually see at the top of the programme, I can confirm that from the footage we did show you of the previous sing-along, the Queendom sing-along, at this time at the end of last year, we did actually show you that because of, since we didn't manage to get a programme of that, we are going to be quickly showing you the Mega 6 of that very, very shortly to lead into, we're only just under half an hour wait, just gone 5 o'clock over here in London, and we're just about under, I think actually 2 hours away from the first sing-along performance of this year of 2025. So to lead into, as we travel over to, since my dad is behind the camera, and of course I'll be meeting up with some fellow other queens and members of the royal subjects of the London Queendom for the first sing-along performance of SIX The Musical for this year. Here's a little clip and a little reminder and some highlights of the last Mega 6 and also from the previous Royal Sing-Along performance, of that being the Queendom Sing-Along from last year of the year 2024.
Importantly, get ready, set us, hey! Big up, Bessie! Hey! And show some love for Jack! It's for one last time! For the last time, are you
Hi everyone, once again it's me Jack Wright here from SIX The Musical, the Royal West End Queendom Consort Singalong 2025 here. Just unfortunately hijacking this video briefly, just to remind you that this time in my video, after doing over a week ago since I saw this sing-along performance, once again of SIX The Musical, unbelievably I can explain that unfortunately I couldn't manage to get any footage that followed after that link to camera, me dressing up once again as Henry VIII for the upcoming sing-along performance. The reason is because I can explain briefly before we can get back to this video, is that surprisingly enough, I actually got the chance to go in with my good friend Ella Gretorix a lot more earlier than expected. We actually arrived at the theatre a lot more earlier than planned. We do know that over 45 minutes was the time leading up to the show was when the auditorium was going to open, and as I briefly mentioned there, with only 30 minutes to go in the last link you saw there in this video of we're coming up with the performance as you just saw, I had no idea that we got the opportunity to go in a lot more earlier than planned. And with that being said, sadly I didn't manage to film or have time to film outside of the Vaudeville Theatre, which I know was totally unexpected, and I know I did say that I would try and get as much footage as possible, but I had to give the camcorder to my dad, John, for safekeeping for later on for filming at Stage Door, which you will be seeing, of course, in the next part of this video. But we can go straight back to the from the footage I managed to make up for, as you saw, the Mega 6 from the last Queendom sing-along performance of that being of SIX The Musical. But we're going to start to make up for that, since you already saw it already. You are going to see the other one from this particular performance, but also to lead into it, we're about now 3/4 of the way through the overall length of the show, and we're going to start from the final, and well, we're not going to make that final, but now the second to last performance and song performed by, that is Inez Budd playing the role of Catherine Howard of All You Want to Do, because as I said, I will be mentioning once again, if you did not hear in the programme earlier on, this will be the penultimate, or sorry, last time that this cast currently in the West End for production of SIX will be performing in a West End Royal Sing-Along performance. But they have got one more performance, which I will talk about later on in the programme. But here is, once again, let's move into the part of the show when Inez Budd with her penultimate performance of the song All You Want to Do.
Let's take a moment to check in with the competition. So who's still in the running? Will it be the devoted wife? The divorcee? Or the one who actually had problems to deal with? Problems? My son had to deal with the loss of his mother. Wow. Yeah, kind of like how my body had to deal with the loss of its head. Wait, what's happening? Comparing your losses isn't going to change the fact that I've already won. I was literally shipped over from a foreign country, not knowing a word of English, to marry some random dude. Oh my god, same? Okay, fine, but then when Henry decided he had enough of me, he didn't even have the decency to say goodbye. Same! Oh yeah, same! Nice neck, by the way.
Nice.
No, and my one and only child had a raging fever. Henry wouldn't even let me. Oh, boo! Who? Baby, Mary had the chicken pox and you weren't there to hold her hand. You know, it's funny, because when I wanted to hold my newborn son, I died.
Woo!
Guys, I have the plague.
No, just kidding. My life's amazing.
Seriously.
I think it's time we heard from our next queen, Katie Howard.
least relevant, Catherine.
Oh.
Yes, speaking of funny. Good luck trying to compete with us, honey.
Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna need all the luck I can get. Your live sounded terrible, and your songs. You really helped to convey that. I mean, Catherine. Almost moving into a nunnery, then not. That almost could have been really hard for you. And getting your head chopped off. Surely that'll mean you win the competition. Wait, hang on. Divorce beheaded died. Divorce beheaded. Oh wait, never mind.
Yeah.
And Jane dying of natural causes. When will justice be served?
Brilliant.
And surviving.
Oh.
But seriously, Anna, all jokes aside, being rejected for your looks legit sounds pretty rough. I wouldn't know anything about that.
Oh.
I mean, look at me. I'm really fit. So yeah. I can't even begin to think of how I'd compete with you all. Oh wait, like this!
All you wanna do, babe. I think we can all agree I'm a 10 amongst these sprees. All you wanna do, babe. And ever since I was a child, I make the boys go wild. All you wanna do, babe. Take mine from first Hindi teacher, Henry Mannix. I was young, it's true, but even then I knew the only thing you wanna do is broad, dark, sexy Mannix taught me all about dynamics. He was 23 and I was 30, going on 30. We spent hours strumming the lutes, striking the chords and blowing the flute. He plucked my things on the reins of G, run from minor to minor, C to D. Tell me what you need, what you want, don't need to plead. Is I feel the chemistry, and I get you and you get me, and maybe this is it. You just care so much, it feels legit. We have a weird connection. I think this guy is different. Cause all you wanna do, baby, touch me, love me, can't get enough. See, all you wanna do, baby, touch me, squeeze me, birds and the bees me. Run your fingers through my hair, tell me I'm the fairest of the fair. Playtime's over. The only thing you wanna do is.
So then there was another guy. I was living at my stepgrandma's house, and he was working for her, working so hard. So he asked me to be his little piece of ass.
Glorious, stern and slow, gets what he wants and he won't say no. Passion in all that he touches, the sexy secretary to the dowager duchess. Every minute that's to a duty to fulfill. He even made me use his favourite spill ink all over the part. My wrist was so tired till I came back the next day as he required. You see all you need, all you want, you don't need to plead. I feel like chemistry, I get you and you get me, and maybe this is it. He just cares so much, his one's legit. We have a real connection. I thought this guy is different. Cause all you wanna do, baby, is touch me, look me, can't get enough. See, all you wanna do, baby, please me, squeeze me, birds and the bees me. Come away to take them ultimate, my course it on the floor. Playtime's over. The only thing you wanna do is Church of England. Globally revered. Oh no, you wouldn't look it from the look of that beard. Making a lady in waiting held me and my family up in the world. Baby duties in court, and it's very true that he down with me doesn't know what he'd do. You say all you need, all you want, we both agree. This is a place for me, only where I'm meant to be. And now saying all this stuff, he cares so much, he calls me love. We have a vivid connection. I guess it's not so different. Cause all you wanna do, baby, is touch me, love me, can't get enough. Sing. All you wanna do, baby, please squeeze me, birds and appease me. Run down to get knocked out. Yes, that's hard to have me now. Playtime's over. The only thing you wanna do is
So we got married.
with Henry, it isn't easy. His temper's short and his mates are sleazy. Except for this one courtier, he's a very nice guy, he's just so sincere. Loyal life wasn't what I planned, but Tom's got the pretend to lend a helping hand. So sweet and he says that I'm okay, and we hang out loads while the king's away. They finally is all I want, so great I need. Just makes no chemistry. I get him and he gets me, and nothing more to it. He just cared so much, it's one of tears. As we have a connection. This time was different. Why did I think different? But it's never, ever different. All you wanna do, baby, is touch me. When you're nothing. All you wanna do, baby, is squeeze me. Don't get me, don't get me. As you tell me I'm the fairest, I'm the Playtime's over. Playtime's over. The only thing you wanna do is
And then I was beheaded.
I know. So, I guess, seeing as I've now won the competition, all I want to do is take this opportunity to thank all the powerful men who got me where I am today.
Oh.
I couldn't have done it without you.
Yeah, you had it bad. But that was not the most heart-wrenching song we've heard this evening.
Sorry, were you not listening to my song? There were 4 choruses. That's how much.
Oh.
So true. When you died, your son did have to grow up without a month. Oh no, wait, that was me. And no one cared when you died.
Oh.
Chill out.
Oh.
It's not your fault that no one remembers how bland and uneventful life.
Oh.
Honestly, I don't want it to be weird between us, just because my beheading was the result of years of actual trauma and humiliation.
Oh, pipe down, Anne. You seriously want to talk about humiliation? Okay, well, when I was queen, Henry had not 1, not 2,
husband I had, not one, not two, not three! Miscarriages! Oh, no, not Anne. Benusa, I had 5 miscarriages!
Yeah, come on.
Queens! Catherine! It's your turn, mate. Take it away! You know what? I'm good. Yeah. I can't keep doing this. Sorry for, it's just, I don't know. Whoa! Did we just turn off? Thanks. Look, it's just, I don't know, we're here in front of all these people being like, oh, let's see what gets the biggest chair, trauma or abuse. Like, should we really be doing this? I mean, that's what we've been doing that for the last hour. I know, but like, miscarriages? Really? Isn't that just some... someone's got a conscience all of a sudden. Ooh, I'm Catherine Parr. I draw the line in arbitrary places, blah, blah, blah. She knows what boys. She just knows she's not going to win. Yeah. And now she's trying to make us look stupid instead of playing by the rules like everyone else. That is so not why.
No.
But don't you see that the whole thing was just... No, but what can I do to make you... Okay. You know what? If it's a soft story you want, I will give you.
Are you sure, Catherine? I mean, we don't mind if you want to sit this one out. You must be exhausted from all those backing vocals.
Oh, come on. Seriously?
No, you're right. I should sing a song. It's only fair. Go on, please. Take a seat. Go on. Hey everyone, is it alright if we try something a bit different tonight?
Yeah, see?
Hey! Hi. Can I get that beautiful like that? Thanks. And should you give me a cute little B flat major 7? Perfect. So, just for a bit of context, I've actually had my fair share of marriages. Something Henry and I have in common. I guess. Though, unlike him, I did manage to get through them without decapitating anyone. I know, goes tough for Kathy Clare. But the thing is, they have this really annoying habit of passing away. And so, as well as dealing with, incapacitating grief, I also had to keep finding new husbands to avoid being ostracized. Yeah. Tudor womanhood. Black man. And then one day, finally, I meet this guy. Thomas. He seemed like he might stick around for a while, and you guessed it, he turned out to be the love of my life. I know, right? We had this plan to get married, actually. But that's when Henry turned up. Single and ready to make an unsuspecting woman his wife. Just my luck. So that was that. I had to write a letter to Thomas. Ending things. Dear Tom, you know I love you, boy, in every single way. Though I
you, boy. I'd wish that I could stay with you and keep the life I made with you. And even though this feels so right, I'm holding back the tears tonight. It's true, I'll never be over you, 'cause I have built a future in my mind with you. And now when hope is gone, there's nothing left for me to do. You know it isn't true, but I must say to you that I don't need your love. No, no, I don't need your love. No, no, it'll never be better than he words. No, no, but I don't need your love. No, no, I've got no choice. With the king will say alive, never had a choice. Been a wife twice before, just to survive, haven't had the choice. If Henry said it's you, then it's you. No matter how I feel, it's what I got to do. But it's somehow I had the choice. I'm holding back, not raise my voice. I'd say, Henry, yeah, it's true, I'll never belong to you, 'cause I am not your toy to enjoy, it's something new. And never take my vows, because the dance to care for you. You know I didn't get a clue, there's nothing you can do. And I don't need your love, no, no, I don't need your love, no, no, there's nothing left to discuss, no, no, but I don't need your love, no, no.
But the thing is, I can't say that. Not to the king. So, this is goodbye. All my love. Catch him.
So I said my manner to my wife, got married to the king, the Wayne, the one who survived. I am talking about my life as the final wife, but I tell really the one I had to the day announced to win. I'm out. You've done my story. There's so much more. Remember, you was a writer. You wrote books and songs and meditation. All for female education. Got all the women that independently start the scripture. You even got a woman to paint your picture. That's sorry. That's so sorry. I'm fixed as one of six, and without him, I disappear. We all disappear.
Wait, I don't get it.
Why does anyone know who you are?
My sixth finger!
Put it away then. What? Prince Queen. Who was Henry VII's wife?
I don't know.
Anyone? I don't know. Okay. Who was Henry VI's wife? Don't know. And who was Henry V's wife?
We don't know.
Yes, that's it.
I mean, we don't know.
She was right, she was was right.
The only reason any of these people have come here tonight is because once upon a time, the same guy fell in love with us. But wait, isn't there a bigger problem here? The dissolution of the monastery!
Oh, no.
I'm talking about us, cuz as soon as we get together as a group, everyone notices Jane can't dance!
Oh, no, that's not
What
true.
I'm talking about. We compare ourselves. And when we are the 6 wives of Henry VIII, we each become just that.
One of his wives.
One of.
6.
OMG, I get it! Since the only thing we have in common is a husband, grouping us is an inherently comparative act and as such a necessarily elevated historical approach ingrained in patriarchal structures.
Woo!
Yeah, I read.
So basically, we're stuck.
Oh.
What a waste of time.
Oh.
Well, guess there's not much we can do about it now.
Well. Well, what? Say something.
Oh,
Oh.
do you know what? I wish that, like, before we spent the whole show competing, we'd realised it would turn out to be such a mess. Yeah. Because if we had realised that we could have just done something else, like maybe even a fake competition to show everyone how messed up comparing us is.
Oh, yeah, but then find some really cool way to, like, I don't know, reclaim our stories and all become the leading ladies.
Oh, we could have done that as a song! Oh, we've tied things together so neatly. If only we thought of that before.
Remix! So we got no choice. But now it's us alone. We got no choice, so we got no choice. We're taking back the microphone. I'll raise my voice. Tara said we need your love. It's time for us to rise up. It's all now we're down in history. But tonight I'm singing prayers from me. Henriette, I'm through too many times it's been told, and I have had enough. No stories to get old. And you might think it's tough, but I can let your love unfold. We're taking back control. You need to know I don't need your love. No, no. I don't need your love. No, no. They'll never get a better out of us. No, no. I don't need your love. No, no. I don't need your love. Your love. I don't need your love. We don't need your love. What can I sing over that?
We have a voice. We said we have a voice.
And you know what? We might just be remembered for being married to the same man.
Oh, but why does anyone give give a who he is. His religious reform. Oh, actually, no, that's not the time, Catherine. What do you think it might be? I don't know. Because of his
Six
Before we go, what do you think? Are you ready for a royal happy ever after?
I wish we could tell you our lives had happy endings.
But in reality, they didn't. And there's nothing we can do to change that. Ever.
So much for that then.
Oh, right! This is our show, and we can literally have whatever ending we want!
So, London, seeing as there's 5 minutes left of the show, we've decided to give you our own, slightly edited version of what actually went down all those years ago. Because after all,
We're one of a kind, no category. Too many years lost in history. We're free to take our crowning glory for 5 more minutes. What's the number? We're 6. To be or not to be? My family's grown. We made a band and got quite alone. You could perhaps call us the Tudor Dynasty. I'm just kidding. We're called the Royal Hey! They're one of a kind, no category. Too many years lost in history. We're free to take our crowning glory for 5 more minutes. They're 6. What a shame at my place. It cost me the crown, so I moved to the House of Holbein. My hometown. His name was Six. See you out there, Ella.
One last time to kick off the new year 2025. You're gonna wanna film this. Get ready to dance. Make some noise for Big Rock Bessie. Hey! And show some love for Joe. It's Señorita Maria. To kick off the new year, one last show of this cast. Are you ready, Queen? Are you ready? London, here we go. You must think that I'm crazy. You wanna replace me, baby? No way. If you thought you could leave me, you must think I'm naive. Believe me, no, sorry, not sorry about what I said. I'm just trying to have some fun and no way. Don't lose your head. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. You can LOL, say oh well. You can try, but you're unbreakable. Do your best, but I'll stand that test. You'll find that I've got a heart of stone. Alone on a throne in a place where I can do anything you want to do, but I don't agree. I'm the queen of the castle. Get down, you dirty rascal. What you wanna do, baby? Sing along to your favorite queen. Yeah. What you wanna do, baby? Love me, la 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 la. No, I don't need your love. No, we don't need your love. 'Cause there's so much more. Divorce, you're headed, die. Divorce, you're headed, goodbye. Long live the Queen! Now one, on the side. Two, again. Three. You're sick! You're sick! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more minute!
Oh my goodness, I can't even hear myself after all that screaming and shouting. It feels like I've been in the most intimate pop concert I've ever seen. What a way to round off and kick off the new year of 2025 here at the Vaudeville Theatre with SIX The Musical, the Royal West End Consort Singalong 2025. Oh, we're going to have to take a breather after that. And I know it's very cold outside, but I'm going to be very thankful for it because how warm it is in here. Oh, thank you very much indeed there. Apologies for language right there. But anyway, thanks very much. I hope you enjoyed that. And of course, with that being said, join us after the break in a couple of minutes when we head to stage door to see the Queens. Oh, my words.
everybody, and welcome back to the last part, and make that the final part also, of SIX The Musical, the Royal West End Queendom Consort Singalong 2025. And while I am, of course, on the topic of it, as you just saw just before we go into the break in the last part, something really unfortunate did happen, as you might have noticed. A very disrespectful and disgruntled, I think, middle-aged person, I think that being a man who you might have actually heard him at the end of on the last link that we had after the last part, and make that of the Mega Six, of that particular, of the Consort's sing-along performance to end off the performance. He ended up saying some very inappropriate words, and I think they happened to have been, I think, both an F-bomb and the S-word, and I can only thoroughly apologise, because that situation was totally out of my control. I weren't expecting someone, I know I didn't manage to get his face, because obviously to protect his identity, but what he did was very disrespectful and quite a real horrible thing to actually do, and I can only apologise if any of the language did offend you in the last part. I mean, as I said before, it's such a shame I couldn't do anything about that. It was completely out of my control. But anyway, as I said before, moving swiftly on from that, despite that happening, I can't believe what an amazing performance that was. And I couldn't get over how loud that crowd was. I mean, that is... I literally have... I know it's been a few days now since I have been to the Vaudeville for the first Royal West End Singalong performance of SIX The Musical for this year. And as the responses go from an audience like that, they were quite well behaved throughout the beginning, because I can tell there were loads of young new people that were experiencing a sing-along performance for the very first time of the show. But it was absolutely incredible. I mean, as I said before, my ears have just recovered from all the cheering. I literally couldn't sing all over some of those people, and I nearly completely lost my voice because they were so loud. But the atmosphere there in that theatre, and make that the auditorium, was just on another level, unlike anything else that I've seen before in previous sing-alongs. And it was absolutely amazing. And just to remind you all, if you did actually not see, of course, earlier on in the last part, I did forget to say on who the cast was for that particular performance, but I can remind you that we had Nikki Bentley on as for Catherine of Aragon, who initially I thought was going to be Gabriella Stalianu, but she was playing the role of Jane Seymour, her second cover, because I think she was thrown on to play that role, and the last minute decision initially to play Catherine of Aragon, but then ending up playing Jane Seymour once again, who she covers as her second character as an alternate performer in the production. We also once again had Tao Therese Nagayan once again back as Anne Boleyn, and we also had Naomi Alade, one of the other alternate performers, playing the role again of Anne of Cleves. I don't know if I've actually seen her once before actually play that role. I have actually seen her play one of the other queens, but I couldn't remember which one it was from the top of my head. And we also had the amazing Inez Budd, as we actually just saw there from earlier on in the programme, as I mentioned with my previous link in the last part. Her rendition was actually quite impressive. I mean, it was quite haunting, the way that she, because obviously there's a real dark hidden message on the troubled, of course, life that Catherine Howard had all those centuries ago. And to round off things, we had the amazing Janique Charles also play the role of Catherine Parr. And I have heard there's been a lot of exciting things happening for her quite recently, because she's also been bringing out a lot of music as an artist outside of the show. And with also that being said, I think we can also explain a little bit more, because I have just heard hot off the press, and it only just was announced a few days days ago, and I am excited to announce it. So with that being said, I think it's time for the return of the very popular feature here on my videos here, all covering Royal West End Singalong performances of SIX The Musical, as it's time for another edition of the SIX The Musical Queendom News. Thank you very much, as always, production team. Every time I hear that music now, I just get literal goosebumps. And it's kind of funny, actually, everybody, because as I've said before, once again, that is a very familiar news theme, which I'm sure most of you that grew up in the 90s, that was the, actually more specifically, the early evening news theme for ITN, or make that also ITV News, at during I think it was the year 1995 actually, and unbelievably, as of this year marks unbelievably 30 years since it was used for the very first time and composed by David Hewson, and also I think there was another composer in there. I think that was Johnny Pearson, who composed the original track, which also he happened to write the very famous piece of news music, that being for ITN News at 10, also back in the late 1960s to my knowledge there. But anyway, slightly going off topic, it is time once again now for unbelievably a bumper, of course, edition, that being of the Queendom News here on SIX The Musical, the Royal West End Queendom Consort Singalong 2025. And we start with one of the biggest news stories. This is the main headline story, and it has been talked about for the last 2 years, and everyone on social media has been talking about it. And one of those particular things is that, unbelievably now, because if you might not remember, I think it was, if we go back to, I think when I did the first ever Royal West End Singalong back in the year of 2022, sorry, my apologies, I correct myself there for the year. And I think it was just after, shortly when I saw the royal reunion of the original West End cast of SIX The Musical perform at the Royal Palace itself of Hampton Court. I have also, you might remember, they had been working on a pro-shoot production that was professionally filmed also at the Vaudeville Theatre from over 2.5 years ago. Well, there's been loads of talk about, since the filming, it took over a whole week for it to be done during that same time when they were doing a run of performances also from Hampton Court Palace. I think earlier on from that week or the week after when they performed there, they actually then started filming for this pro shoot, and loads of people have been talking about it. And now I can confirm, as of the 13th of January, just a few days ago, the day after the recent sing-along performance of SIX, that unbelievably the pro shoot version of the stage production of SIX The Musical is finally coming to cinemas as of this year. That's right, everybody, I can confirm that from this article written and by one of the columnists on whatsonstage.com, Alex Woods, and it is to be confirmed that SIX The Musical, the pro-shoot edition of the show, filmed at the Vaudeville Theatre from just a few years ago, is set to be confirmed that it will be shown in cinemas from later on this year. And it does say here that the film version of SIX, featuring the original show cast that were first performed at the show back in 2019, has announced a cinema release date. And that, captured at London's Vaudeville Theatre, the show's latest announcement comes as Universal Pictures Content Group, not Continent, my apologies there, UPCG secures the UK theatrical rights for the production. And it talks again once more about Toby Marlow and Lucy Moss writing the show, and describing Henry VIII's wives as contemporary figures reclaiming their narratives and presenting their stories through pop music, and that once again a pop concert and modern performances, and is as of recently has attracted over 3.5 million viewers and people going to see it globally since its debut at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival back in the year of 2017. And I can confirm that the film performance that has now been all edited and put together finally, and it's ready for to be released later on this year, all across cinemas in both the United Kingdom and Ireland. It is set to be released on the 6th of April 2025, and it once again features the original West End cast members of Jean Eyre, Richard Knoll, Minnie O'Connell, Natalie May Paris, Alexia McIntosh, Amy Atkinson and Maya Quisona-Breed, while both Lucy Moss and Jamie Armitage directed the stage production, with Liz Clare directing the film version of the musical, which had been filmed. And once again they are accompanied by their on-stage band known as the Ladies in Waiting, that being the likes of Maggie, also Bessie, Maria, and also Joan, of course, who all play the familiar entrance of on the guitar, bass and the keyboard, and also the drums. And unbelievably interesting fact, everybody, they happen to have been the first names of the members of the Lady in Waiting were all actually, unbelievably, Lady in Waiting in relation to actually all of the queens in the show, or when they were actually down as princesses before they then became queens of England throughout the reign of Henry VIII in real life history. But yeah, Universal, as I said, as I continue on with this article, Universal Pictures Continent Group, Content Group, has previously brought stage productions such as Phantom of the Opera, the 25th anniversary production, and Les Miserables, the stage concert, all-star stage concert to cinemas, and Helen Parker, the EVP of UPCG, that being once again Universal Content Group, said just from a few days ago, as pioneers of the theatrical event cinema model, Universal Pictures Content Group enjoyed the privilege of enjoying and working working with the outstanding, leading producers of the world of musical theatre on their globally successful, highly acclaimed live shows from Cameron McIntosh, Andrew Lloyd Webber and Stephen Schwartz, and many more. And they can't wait to bring UK cinema goers across the country a chance to sing their hearts out to the exceptional SIX The Musical live with a exclamation point at the end. And both Toby and Marlowe and Lucy Moss also added, "We had so much fun making this film with the most incredible team of filmmakers and creatives, and it was so special to be reunited with the exceptionally talented and iconic, in capital letters, original West End queens. We were so grateful that we had the opportunity to film the show and that we get to share SIX with a wider audience in this new and exciting way. We hope you enjoy it as much as we enjoyed making it." And just to remind you all, it's once again the stage version of SIX The Musical is produced by Kenny Wax, both Wendy and Andy Barnes, George Stiles and Dion Oram, and it continues to play in the West End and touring the nation. Once again in both across the UK and also Ireland. Well, ain't that incredible, everybody? I can honestly admit, everybody, I have been waiting for so long, literally, to finding out when this was going to be released. And I know that even though it was a few days ago, when I found out the news that it is going to be coming out finally later on this year, I just went absolutely wild. I mean, my reaction was really something. I literally broke down in tears, actually, because, as I've said before, as you can tell, just from, if I can quickly slightly go off topic, my bedroom here, as you can see, since it's all themed around the musical of Six, you know, you can see the signature 6 colours of the Queens on my back wall of my bedroom, and mostly the other walls being purple, and I've got some purple curtains. I've got also some royal gold tassels, and also curtain ties there, and also some spotlights to be very similar to like the stage lighting of the show as well. And also my bed to also have a few Diamante studs in there at the back, which some might be sparkling in just the spotlights also that's just above my head here. And honestly, as I've said before, when I found out the news that this was coming, without sounding too repetitive, it was just the best news, and what a way to kick off the new year after the first sing-along performance of this year. Now we get a chance to hear that the film production at the very same theatre from over 2 years ago is going to be released later on this year in the month of April. So very exciting stuff there to look forward to indeed. And with also that being said, we can also confirm that I know that if you did actually see from earlier on in the programme, we forgot to mention that there are already talks of other productions happening in the worldwide Queendom of Six itself. I have heard that later on this year it will be heading to the Asian country of Shanghai. Currently the UK touring cast and international cast, since they're both called that, so they've been responsible for performing in other countries as of thus far, with the current productions going on there at the moment, are into their, I think, their second week performing in the capital city of Japan, that being Tokyo, and they've also got I think a few plans to also once again perform in the country of Spain, and also in the capital city of Madrid. And also we can also confirm that also as of recently, because as I said already from earlier on in the programme, this will be the last performance, Royal Sing-Along performance for the current West End cast, because next month on the 16th of February will be their last performance in their contract. And they have confirmed, unbelievably, a brand new cast, but we don't want to ramble on for too much long here, but we'll save that, of course, for the next sing-along that will be happening. And that being said, of course, the next one will be happening in the month of, I think that was May, to my knowledge, actually. So, that will be the first one with the brand new West End cast, and I know I'll have to tease a little bit of who is to be expected, but all I do know is that some former queens who have been in the show before, they are making a triumphant return, and I have to say, actually, there seems to be more people coming back than new performers there, but we've also got some that have come from other productions across the world. We've got ones coming from Australia and Canada. As I've mentioned before, we've already had a few that have come from America as well, that have also been performing as of recently in the West End production. But also as well, we can also acknowledge something that just happened as of today, from earlier on, as of filming this right now, and I can't believe I'm actually going to see this, and I know that I'm no stranger to seeing some former performers from the world of the Queendom of Six have gone on to tie the knot with other people that they have in their lives. And I can also confirm that as of earlier on today, that Erin Summerhays, who is one of the alternate performers of Anne Boleyn, and Jane Seymour, also on the UK and international tour cast, it has been confirmed from earlier on today that, I don't know his name, but as she is currently doing the show along with the rest of the cast in Tokyo, Japan, it has been confirmed that her partner, and now make that fiance now, of Jay Rockley, plucked the question and actually got the opportunity in, it just looks like from where it happened, from just a part of the city in Japan of Tokyo, and he plucked up the courage to get down on one knee and say those all-important words to ask once again Erin's hand in marriage. And you've got a little picture there also of the photo that was taken, and I can't believe that. I mean, that is amazing to see. I think literally the last time, even though it's only been done once on the I think on just one time during the UK tour, and that being Natalie Pilkington, who I did see this time last year, covering the role of Jane Seymour, but I do know that as of currently, she's now sadly divorced her ex-husband. Yeah, literally quite relatable that, you know, being Henry VIII from me when I do that in relation to the Queendom the show, and that being of Andy, which I do remember that very well. But of course, I know that that was the only time that someone has ever been on the stage and have actually proposed. It was actually a family relative, or actually like a boyfriend of make that of one of the performers. But amazing to hear that once again, going back to Erin there, and also her partner there of Jay Rockley, and once again on behalf of everyone here from SIX The Musical, once again the Royal West End Queendom Consort Singalong 2025. We'd like to congratulate you on your engagement, and I hope that, and it does quickly say here, as she has just put it up on here from just 12 hours ago, also on Instagram, and she says, "The love of my life asked me to marry him, and in capitals, of course, I said yes. I have loved growing up with you, and I'm so excited to grow old with you." The 14th of January 2025, and loads of comments have been going on here, hearing the news, the rest of the cast, as such, the likes of that being Lauren Santo Quinn being one of the other alternates, and made that also, I think, because initially thought Erin played one of the Super Swings, but to my knowledge that was someone else, but I couldn't remember her name on the top of my head. But massive congratulations, Erin, and also to your fiancé, Jay.
Right, sisters, and we're not really like so yeah, so you know the business, so you know
You've gone all out.
How old is she? Is she college, or what's she doing? Musical drama and everything.
Oh, that's amazing.
And they did A-level
finally got to one of them now.
Don't worry.
You must go on first rest. Already signed your... Yes? Anywhere? Do you want to speak? That's so much more intricate than ours. I'm not surprised.
That's dedication. Bloody hell. Jump in the puddle. Taken?
Yeah,
There we go.
taken, yeah. Swap places. Let me sign this.
Oh, nice.
You must show his character.
There you go. Yeah, yeah.
Do the show, right? Or like here. And I love your photos. Is that Esme? Yeah. I went to drama school with her. Oh, well, she wasn't in my year. She was like...
She started doing singing lessons with a girl dance Abby. She's friends with her.
Yeah, absolutely. It must. Yeah. It's so good to meet you.
I know, and you, obviously, the last few times I've seen you, you've always had to do like a mad, like dash for speed and everything. And
This is like my first single.
Yeah,
I've done a single.
That's fine. I know it's fine. You want me to fall in that now, don't you? Well, if you were Catherine Howard, you'd want me because I'm your ex-husband. Well, it could be. Oh, God.
Keep your friends close for enemies.
Well, actually, with that being said, I've got one thing for you as well. To actually, and this is my thank you gift as well, as to be part of the Queendom. If I were to hand if I were to be Henry, if I had to hand in my crown to my ex-wives as being the new Queens of England, I've actually made my own personalised oath of allegiance to the Queendom, and I'd support it. I swear by Almighty God that I'll support the Queendom, and I would have duty bound, honestly and faithfully defend the West End Queens, SIX The Musical, their heirs and their successors in person, crown and dignity, against all enemies, and will observe and obey all orders of the West End Queens of the new SIX The Musical, their heirs and successors. Lost in the story. Now you're free to take your crown and glory. There you go. it's a bit like this as an example, and it's a bit like, but yeah, if you want to open it, it's got the colour pink for your character, and yeah, and you can open it up to have a look at it, and there's a dotted line. Yeah, of course. All you need to do is to sign that dotted line. You can keep it in your letter envelope. You can keep it in a frame to keep it safe. No, honestly. Thank you. Well, I've made so many for this cast, and obviously this time last year it was for stormy conditions and everything. All right, I have to say. We're going to miss you.
Lovely to meet you.
I know. Not for the last time. I know, did not see him. Sorry to keep you waiting, everybody. I've been here before for some time. No hate on the Queendom, please. I'm here to sign a treaty of peace. Towels there. That was worth the wait, though. They didn't even do me to fall in that. No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's all right.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Well done, Tal. Well, there you go, everybody. That concludes, once again, a bumper edition of the Queendom news of SIX The Musical. I can't believe that is absolutely incredible. I mean, and what an amazing way to kick off the new year of 2025, everybody. And I know that it has definitely been quite one of the most unexpected and quite unpredictable sing-along performances that we've had so far on once again the as of being the first one of SIX The Musical, the Royal West End Singalong performances for this year. And with also that being said, as I may not have mentioned from earlier on in the programme, I completely forgot to mention, we did actually show you, of course, footage of the stage door that we had from earlier on in the programme. I know I didn't manage to record a cue for that, which I know is unlike me to do that, but I hope that you enjoyed what you got to see. I know that my dad was filming at the time, but it was so wonderful to finally actually hear also from one of the performers that you've had the chance to have seen many times before. And even though she did say it was her first sing-along, I'm sure I might have seen Inez Budd from a few more previous sing-alongs, but I could be wrong anyway. I feel like she might have missed out on a few of the sing-along performances due to illness, but yeah, sadly only two of the queens came out, that regarding of course how bitterly cold it was outside. But don't worry, everybody. I know that it feels like, I know it was a bit of a downer to finish on that, but of course, as you know, it is still quite dangerous at the moment since we're in winter and there's still a lot of cold and flu viruses going around. And I know that a load of some of the cast have, because of how physical and mentally the show is as a whole, I wouldn't be surprised if some were trying to play it safe, or may have actually performed once before, and then that day before the sing-along actually happened from earlier on that evening from just a few days ago, if that makes any sense at all. Well, with that being said, I can't believe that I'm about to say this, but that is the end of our first Royal West End Singalong performance, everybody. I know, I can't believe that we have already come to the end of this first sing-along of, once again, SIX The Musical, but it has been an amazing way to kick off the new year. And with also that being said, this may be the end of the first sing-along of performance for this year. And of course, if you did not know already, this might be the last time that we see the current West End cast, because the next time that we see them, this is going to happen. yes, everybody, unfortunately the time will be coming around very quickly. In only just, unbelievably, 4 weeks' time will mark the final ever performance by the current West End cast of SIX The Musical. But we will be covering that once again back live at the Vaudeville Theatre in London's West End, once again on the 16th of February. And you can join us for the renouncing. That being, of course, we actually have given it a different name. We initially were going to call it the abdication, but I thought that sounded a bit too political there. Of course, if you did not know what that meant, it's basically where a monarch would renounce their place as the overall reigning monarch of a country. And I only just heard about it just from a play all about King Charles III, and this was actually before he became king, but it was quite heavily fictionalized before the unexpected, of course, a blank space scenario of when the eventual death of the former monarch of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II passed away. And but anyway, with that being said, you can join us from, of course, in a few weeks' time as one of the upcoming performances, and also special events coming up, not just based around with this show, but as well as that, as with despite the current West End cast that have closed and also have done their final ever Royal Singalong performance. And as I mentioned earlier on in the Queendom news, we have 3 exciting brand new Royal West End Singalong performances planned for the rest of the year, and the first of them will be kicking off in May on the 4th, and that will be titled, very appropriately, the Herstory Singalong. Very appropriately also, since that will be, like I said, the first one for ever with a brand new cast that will be joining shortly after when the current West End cast leave the day after that on the 17th of February. And as well as that, we have also got the Ex-Wives Sing-Along, which also will be happening. That's also going to be happening later on in the summer, in the month of July, and that will be on the 6th of July. And 2025, once again back at the Vaudeville, and then the last one of the year will be then happening all the way, and then not until the autumn on the 28th of September, and that once again appropriately named the Historemix Sing-Along. I mean, you can see we've been very inventive with the different names to represent each of the sing-along performances. And I actually had come up for most of the ideas of names for these performances, but as I said before, all of them are going to be happening from 7 o'clock in those more appropriately, of course, specified dates. And I can honestly be no more excited for them to be happening. I know it feels like it's so bizarre that we are almost at the end of an truly incredible run from the current West End cast, but I do know that some are staying on, as I mentioned earlier on in the Queendom news, so all is not lost, everybody. But as I said before, I can't believe that the next time you see me, the current West End Queens will be taking their final time on the stage to not just sing their hearts out, but to also take their crowning glory for one last time. But as I said before, guys, I know that everything, all good things always should come to an end. And I also, as well, I remember, and I think this is very quite symbolic actually of me to actually say this, and I know that a former UK tour queen who actually performed all the way back in, I think it was 2023 actually, she came fresh from playing the role of Veronica Sawyer in Heathers the Musical in the West End at the Other Palace. And if I can just quickly find out what she did say, because I remember the speech, the whole speech that she did on behalf of the cast that were performing there. I don't remember the exact date of when it happened, but it was really special, and she really did choke up at that time. It was back in February of the year 2023, and the quote that she finished off with her when she took her final bow, she said, "Nothing would be special if it lasts forever," and she choked up at saying that. And I also, when just hearing that, I also feel the same too, because that's quite a touching but also very symbolic quote there. So but as I said before, I can only say that it has been an absolute pleasure to have followed this cast and to get the opportunity, also along with my friend Ella Gretix, who will be joining me in a few weeks' time. It is going to be one emotional, I have to say that, but also quite another. Hopefully, that they will go out in fine style, and I'm sure they'll have an amazing send-off. And with that also being said, also, I have also got something planned, because as you did actually see that quick little video that we saw of the last cast change video that happened, was filmed by one of the many fans of the London and UK Queendom of SIX The Musical, is that they've actually gone against one of the traditions that is quite well known in West End Theatre, and that is that they would normally do a speech on behalf, I think maybe the cast, or maybe one of the producers on the show, like Kenny Wax, would come out, or even Toby Marlowe and Lucy Moss, which they did make an appearance not too long ago in the last year, at the end, or right at the start of last year. And I do remember, I think they managed to hit over 1,000 performances at the Vaudeville Theatre, and that was quite another special moment for them to have achieved that amazing milestone for their little musical, which has literally gone on from literally strength to strength in 7 years since it started, just as a student project and also a university project. And look where it is now. I mean, as I've said before, as I mentioned, with them now bringing out a filmed version of the show, it's only onwards and upwards for this show, and I couldn't be any more happier to keep still continuing to follow it with all of my heart and soul, as like any other royal monarch would take great pride in ruling a country of their own specific well, wherever they would basically be in charge of one particular country or state or province, or wherever it would be in the world for that matter. Well, anyway, before I ramble on, I hope that you've enjoyed the first Royal West End Singalong performance, that being both a mashup of the last one, that being the Queendom Singalong, and now also, just as of currently with this programme, the Consort Singalong, for the first one of the new year 2025. It has been an amazing as always, and with that being said, I'm going to leave you now with once again a reprise of the title song from the show itself of SIX, and I'll be seeing you in a few weeks time exclusively once again here on YouTube and from my production team of Jackpot Button Lewis Productions, as we'll be having the final performance from the current West End cast of SIX The Musical at the Vaudeville Theatre in next month in February. But on behalf of myself, Jack Wright, and from everyone here from the production team on SIX The Musical, you've been watching the Royal West End Sing-Along performances of that being the Queendom and also Consort Sing-Along performances of SIX The Musical. And as always, until next time, au revoir, adios, au wiedersehen. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in a few weeks' time for the renouncing performance of the current West End cast of the very royal musical itself of SIX. Thanks for watching. See you very soon. Goodbye. Next time on SIX The Musical. Now, sadly, for the last time, the current West End queens take to the stage in front of their own people to both compete and announce their renounce. Plus, we'll have a sneak peek at the brand new cast who will be taking over them from next time, all on SIX The Musical, The Renounce. It's going to be a serious emotional roller coaster. You certainly don't want to miss it.
It's the end of the show on the history mix. Winches at the flow and we axe the prefix. Everybody knows that they used to be six. Why? Oh, we must stay before we drop the curtain. Nothing is for sure, nothing is for certain. All that we know is that we used to be six. Why? I'm filming Mega 6. See you out there, Emma.
Are we done? Oh my word, my mind was all over the place. I can't believe it. Just finding out after, so much has been going on. Oh yeah, and I didn't even mention that, did I? With Grace Moe out of the original first alternate doing something, well, it's not themed around the show, but she's doing like some kind of, was it cafe event or something, restaurant event that she's doing from later on this year? I don't know how many people that have, whether they're in the show or even if they're out the show, they just never leave the show, do they? That is mad though. But yeah, I can't believe it. But what a way to go out for the last Royal Singalong performance for this current cast. Man, I feel like, as I'm saying, I'm already welling up already, just thinking that they're going to have their last performance in just a few weeks' time. Oh, well. It's going to be quite emotional, and even though it's only a few weeks away, I'm already starting to get emotional over it. I feel like it's going to be, I think, just as, well, I wouldn't say upsetting, but it's going to be quite sentimental as well, because I've never felt this emotional since the late Queen Elizabeth II died. No offence, of course, I mean, because that was quite, an unexpected thing to happen, and I didn't know how to feel when that happened. She was the only monarch I ever knew. Well, I know that she'll be watching from above, and I hope that Charles will also pass on his blessing currently going on. Well, as I said, I can't believe that we're nearly there. One more performance for the current West End cast, and then they'll be hanging up their crowns. Hopefully not for good, because I'm sure some of them will return. I already know that some are returning, but yeah, it's going to be quite the thing to see, but I'll certainly wouldn't want to miss it for the world. Well done now, everybody. that concludes, as I said, SIX The Musical. And make that now, since we showed highlights of the previous one from the end of last year. But that being, once again, SIX The Musical, the Royal West End Queendom Consort Singalong 2025. And in case if you just missed the current programme of SIX The Musical, the Royal West End Queendom Consort Singalong 2025, you can once again join Jack Wright on Sunday the 16th of February at 8 o'clock as he will be presenting an exclusive final performance from the current West End cast of SIX The Musical in SIX The Musical, The Renounce. Plus also you get a chance to see an exclusive look at the brand new cast that will be replacing them following after this performance, and also you'll get to see them perform the iconic Mega Six for one last time, and they're going to be a load of blood, sweat and a load of tears. Don't miss SIX The Musical, The Renounce, once again on Sunday the 16th of February from 8 o'clock, here once again on Jackpot Button Lewis Productions.